Welcome back. If you're just joining us, the program is Cheche, live on Citizen TV and Hot 96 FM. Our guest this morning is Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi, and we are going to zero in on the politics of Western Kenya through his eyes, because you're a former MP, but you are also emerging as a political power broker in the region. You've been with several parties. Someone actually texted in listing the parties you've been in, but now you're affiliated with the UDF of Musalia Mudavadi. Why?
A number of things. Western Kenya, okay, first of all, that I've been part of a team of leaders who thought that this country needed a comprehensive view of a reform agenda, transforming our politics and our livelihoods, thinking of challenges of the new millennium. But unfortunately, Kenyan political patterns betrayed me on this, that people coalesce on the basis of ethnic paramount chiefs and not the ideological or social content of the platform that's being developed. Now, what does that mean? That the challenge we have is that even as we try to mature a reform and progressive message for Kenya, we must look at how to galvanize voting groups in their voting patterns to put content into what they're doing. One of the challenges of Western Kenya in the past, or the past 20 years, of multipartyism, has been a very fractured political constituency with very diverse appeals. And I thought, coming from that region and being a politician in Kenya, that one of the contributions we can make to discipline Kenya politics, just like Uhuru is disciplining Central Kenya by reducing the multiplicity of little political parties, is to try to say, can we get a larger integration of votes in this region in a way that even if we build content, we are not coming like a few heretical, reformist thinkers from an area which is badly subdivided. Now, my engagement with Musalia Mudavadi has been on the basis of a discussion, a protracted discussion we were having while he was having turbulence within ODM, that some of us are not likely to ever go to ODM as a political party. But some of us are only interested in playing on a platform which embraces some of the things we have sacrificed our lives for. So, do you embrace the reform agenda that has informed my politics since we started multipartyism? Are you part of the team that wants to break from the traditional politics we've been performing? Can you create space that others who are thinking of us a reformed Kenya can also grow their thinking on the platform of this? And when we were discussing this informed partly my solidarity with Musalia, partly the choice of going to UDF, linking up with people like Honorable Abdikader, that we can keep alive the hopes of reform even as we consolidate non-traditional competing groups in Kenyan politics.
Okay, we're running out of time. The question becomes, you're from the Bukusu sub-ethnic group of the Luhya.
Yes.
Musalia Mudavadi is from the Maragoli sub-ethnic group of the Luhya, and traditionally there's been a rivalry between them. There are at least two candidates from the Bukusu sub-ethnic group who want the presidency, Moses Wetangula, Eugene Wamalwa. Why not support either of these people?
I will be doing injustice to historical Kituyi if I voted for a person just because he's a Bukusu. In 2007, I left Fort Kenya and ran on a party called New Fort Kenya precisely because I was sending a message that Luhya politics becomes irrelevant to Kenya if it's so subdivided. I went to a party led by a person outside the Bukusu community.
But why do you use that argument for the candidates within the Bukusu, but when you say that you are betrayed by the political landscape of Kenya, you still have a Luhya candidate?
No, we don't have a Luhya candidate. We're having a candidate coming out of Luhya land who is ready to embrace the positions that some of us think are important to sustain the country.
And nobody else outside of Luhya land represents that reform.
No. There are others who represent that.
So why not support them? Why wait for Musalia to make his candidacy known and then go with him?
No. I did not wait for Musalia to make his candidacy known. I was going to play a role and enter politics anyway.
I admire you, Mheshimiwa.
But what I have done is to say, Musalia, you are credible compared to the others who are seeking this same position. But fundamentally, Musalia, you do not represent any threat of tension between communities. Kenya is polarized. We're looking for a person who can reduce the sense of tension.
Perfect.
If he came from Northeastern
Go ahead.
and did not represent tensions in this society and was ready to embrace a platform of reform that some of us stand for strongly, I will support that person.
I admire you, Mheshimiwa. But one thing that scares me, when you say that you realize that the Kenyan voters, they do one thing and behave differently. My concern is that there is this fear in this country in our politics that if you can't beat them, you join them. Let me give you examples. In 2002, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o vied, in 2007, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o vied on a SDP ticket. He lost. James Orengo did lose. Come 2007, come 2002, they are with Raila Odinga and they're doing very well.
Yeah.
Now, these people have changed. Now, the problem with our politics is such that when reformists realize that we cannot beat these guys, you think that you can go there and bring change within, and therefore you join them. What we are realizing now as Kenyans is that the same people whom we expected to play a bigger role, to represent me and Mutegi and the others, they are becoming sycophants.
Okay, I want to promise the public of Kenya one thing. In the next 2 months, I'll formally be leaving my duty station and be full-time involved in politics. I have engaged the top leadership of UDF party. I'm going to coordinate the policy platform of that party. And I want you to hold me to account on this.
Actually, some viewers already,
Let me say something also.
The content of our position is to be a reform agenda.
What is UDF? UDF is seen as a party from the system. It's a project party. We have people like Professor Joy who works for President Kibaki being there. We have people like Professor Monene. And people have written in the press and they have not sent anybody saying no, that it is a project that was intended for other people.
Oops.
Only that Musalia was called there when he was thrown out to destabilize Raila.
All right.
What is UDF?
I can say it this way. That's very similar to saying TNA is Nginyo Kariuki. Because that's a party that was started and registered by...
Let's go for UDF.
Let's go to UDF. Who are the architects of UDF?
I can say it this way. To me, what a party is what's the leadership of the party? Who are the candidates of the party? What does the party stand for? The party UDF may have come from different groups that coalesced together. There were groups that were interested in certain politicians, and that did not work. It has been taken hold of by very, very good young persons who are its leaders, and have given space to politicians who can develop a platform that is progressive, that is modern, that is...
Why didn't you Mheshimiwa join UDF before Musalia Mudavadi and say, let me be with the Abdikadir and this group because I think they are good and I like this party? But you come in, the party is there, it has Derito, it has Kioni, it has Abdikadir, it has the rest. Then you come in Mudavadi and you are taking the stage. These other guys take the back seat.
No, on the contrary, no. I am not a leader within the political party.
Okay, so answer this from the viewers. Hang on.
In the same hands that it was.
Dr.
Kituyi, you are not an architect. When they were building that party, you are not there.
No, I was not there.
Exactly. Now
so
that
why you come in with
Musalia, now that Musalia has come,
was he there?
now that Musalia has been called, therefore you go in.
No. I have not even gone in full time. I've told you. When
okay, but you're going to quit your job. Hold on.
No, some viewers. How can Musalia launch a party that he never formed?
Musalia never launched a party. Musalia launched
he announced that he was joining. Dr. Kituyi.
You decided to hear the wrong message.
No, hang on. Dr. Kituyi, there are lots of criticisms coming in. You are trying to remain relevant in each election. And then this one, hold on, Kituyis of this world will never take Kenya anywhere, only deceit, opportunism, and misdirected eloquence. How do you answer your critics, especially as we know that you have political ambitions going forward?
Well, the last one is not a critic that is what favoring a response. The thing is this. In politics, you always seek to be relevant. So to accuse a politician that you have the mistake of seeking to be relevant is a riotous use of language.
The perception.
Secondly, you look at the situation where the country is. The challenge of Kenya today is a challenge of how can we rebuild a society that is at peace with itself. How can we get over the cracks that we manufactured in 2007?
But doesn't charity begin at home?
Charity begins at home, and if it starts at home in Western Kenya, I am building a unity between all the the communities of Luyaland, all the 16 of them.
But you've had historical rivals, haven't you? In the Wamalwas, the Musikari Combos.
I don't think those are historical rivalries.
Moses Wetangula, no?
Competing appetites. But when you look at who is credible to help rally this group and engage with the rest of the country, and in looking at that, I discount Wetangula, I discount Combo very, very much, and I discount Wamalwa. It is a political judgment I'm ready to make, and the rest I'm ready to test other politics.
Didn't you, Daktari, fight with the Musikari Combo and you boxed one another out of the league?
Does that become any challenge about building Luya unity?
I think what we are talking of, and I like your most of your stance. I like your reformist agenda. But one thing that is worrying me and many Kenyans is that we have people like you and others who are going to join others to join a group or a party or an individual presidential candidate so that they can have an opportunity to get back to the politics.
For me to run for senator of Bungoma County, I do not need to be part of any grand national scale. I do not have to seek to be relevant to anybody outside Bungoma County. I could go around Bungoma County drinking changa with wananchi, drinking bosa, addressing funerals and making people laugh at me and become a senator. I feel a sense of responsibility that is larger than self-maintenance. I want to contribute not only to healing the fractured nation, I want to contribute to softening the cost of political defeat in this country. And in doing that, I have to appeal through engaging players at national level.
So if you were kicked out, if you were not re-elected as an MP, why do you think that people will elect you into the senatorial
That's a question you should ask after the next election. You'll find that it's an easy answer to that.
No. I am asking you the question. I'm not waiting for the election. We have you here, and that's the question.
Now is how do I contribute to making Kenya, the country of Kenya, a peaceful home for all of us? I am going to make my contribution. How can I contribute to making the next government embrace reform challenges that I've been trying to fight for over the 20 years? I think I found the route that I can engage players across the board in which I make relevance, that commitment to those reform issues. But you have to play the vision and you have to play the reality that elective politics is mucky.
And as a senator, you're not a senator of Kenya. What will you do, given that you were kicked out of parliament?
Kicked out of parliament is an exercise that happens to all of us. It happened to Obama, it happened to Uhuru, it happened to Musalia.
Right.
I'll be re-elected because of a number of different things. The first one, that the persons who voted against me saw the difference between me and who came after me. Number two, that I am appealing to a challenge about leadership that is very different from constituency politics if I'm running at a higher level. Number three, that I have a message that resonates with the electorate that I'm dealing with. But after that re-election, I want to be relevant to a Kenya where I see devolution can be a challenge to national integrity. There's a consciousness of pulling away about my county, my region, my community. I am among a set of players who want to contribute in reversing that as not an inevitable drift in the